guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is actually just a continuation from my vlog from yesterday regarding my MRI and my MRI results. As you saw me go through the frustration part of not knowing the results and waiting on calls and emails, and then I did get the email when I got home last night, and she said that the radiologist will be contacting me for further follow-ups, procedures. And so I got a call this morning, and she explained everything to me. Basically, in my right breast, I have a oval shaped mass. I don't know if that's like a mass, like a cluster, or if it's just it's 9 millimeters on my right breast, and it's like at the 8 o'clock hour. So if you look at the clock, 8 o'clock, and then it's like 7 centimeters from my nipple, or to my nipple, and then on my left side there's an 8 millimeter mass, and it's 5 centimeters away from my nipple. So I go for a biopsy tomorrow, and I obviously decided to share this publicly because this is a journey, and this is kind of what happens from your initial test to what happens after that. And I thought that I would just share this with you guys because I know there's a lot of people who are going through cancer treatments, chemo, just getting diagnosed. It's scary, it's confusing, it's all, anything and everything just balled up into one. I do have a lot of faith in God, and I believe that I'm going to get through this with God. And this too shall pass. Tomorrow, basically, I'm just going to say I'm 99% positive, sure, just based on our previous conversations. They're going to biopsy and ultrasound both sides, and then go from there. But from last April till now, last April is when they actually removed the atypical cells last May. They found them in April. And so these particular cells, or I don't know what they are going to be, I'm just saying that I just lost my train of thought because I'm trying to stay focused and trying to stay positive. But basically, whatever from last April, May till now, something else grew in both sides, and I don't know what that is. I do know that, like I said, and I'm 99.9% positive that they're going to have me remove my breast, regard whether it's cancer or it's not cancer, and removing them in the preventative sense of, just based on what they say with the cells that they removed, they were precancerous cells. So whatever's in there now, God willing, it's not cancer, and it's just precancerous cells. To save my life, yeah, remove both of my breasts, because that is going to be their recommendation just based on our last conversations. And now that they found something in both, we don't know what that is, but cancer prevention would be to remove both of my breasts. And I have a whole slew of emotions going on. I said, that anything that happens, I'll get through, and I've gotten through so much in my life. This time I'm a little bit scared because I know what the possibilities are, and I know what to expect, in a sense. Maybe not to the degree, and maybe, maybe it's not going to be as bad as I'm thinking. But the fact that, you know, having to have your breast removed is a very, I mean, my previous cancer was it traumatized me, and it took me to places that I never thought that my mind would go, and my thoughts. If in fact, God forbid, that it is cancer, you know, I'm just hoping and praying that they can get it out and treat me however, you know, but I'm just hoping that it's just the atypical cells in both breasts, and that they're going to remove those, because if they don't remove my breast, they're going to keep multiplying, and then eventually those precancerous cells will become cancer, and then I'll just really be like SLL at that point. So I guess just the not knowing is scaring me, but I think the hard part is, as women, and hopefully in the best case scenario I can have reconstructive surgery, but yeah, is it going to take a toll? Yeah, it's going to be devastating. Yeah, it's going to be everything, good and bad, and I'm trying to look at the positive side of it. Just prevention, the fact that I've been on top of the prevention from pretty much my whole entire adult life, as far as keeping up with my doctor's appointments and my tests, and, you know, every year on time. I haven't missed a year. Ever since I had the atypical cells in my left breast removed, I get sharp pains in my breast. It's like a dull ache in my breast, and then I get like a sharp pain going to my nipple area, and that's just, I think maybe that from a nerve ending or something. I don't know. I'm wearing like this little bralette, and it's just like making me a little nervous, because it's kind of smashing me, and it's just kind of scary. That sounds weird, I know. Anyhow, I did my foundation already. I did my eyebrows. I primed my lids. I put a little bit of bronzer on and a little bit of highlight, and I just thought I would just go ahead and finish doing my makeup, do my eyeshadow while I'm talking with you guys. And I don't want to start crying, and, you know, I cried, and this is probably not going to be the last time that I'm crying, but I think it just sunk in, and just the reality of the not knowing what's inside of me right now is really hard to, I'm trying not to think about it. So I'm trying to think positive, but knowing that there's something in there right now that isn't supposed to be in there and should come out is really hard. So I am going to just put my eyeshadow on and just hang out with you guys and just chat. And so I'm going to use my Morphe 25B Bronzed Mocha palette. I haven't used this in a while, and it's Blend the Rules. I think it's been about at least 3 months since I've used this actual palette, and I mean, we have so many palettes. I'm really surprised with Morphe palettes that they don't actually put a mirror in their, in this particular one anyway. I don't know if the other Morphe palettes have them, but I know the Jaclyn Hill palette that I have doesn't have a mirror. And I think a mirror is highly important. And then it has the names of the shadows, which is another thing, that some of the least expensive palettes actually have names in the pan. And, you know, to have to keep looking back and forth at, okay, I'm going to go in with, you know, and then I'm going to go in. So I'm not even going to just use that, because it's just kind of pointless to me. But clearly these colors are, you know, I'm going to pull off a look with this palette. And not really for any particular reason other than the fact that I'm just doing my makeup because it's what I enjoy. And, you know, then I won't cry. I can hold it in if I have to. I don't really need to cry. I'm just a little bit I'm a little bit scared, a little bit thrown off, because, you know, this summer I'm just getting ready to ride my motorcycle and, you know, just live my life. And God has other plans at the moment. So I'm just wiping off my brushes, drinking some raspberry tea. I'm really thirsty. I think my eyes are a little bit swollen. So, and basically I'm just going to get ready. I'm not going to tell you what I'm using. You'll just see as I go, I guess. So I know I'm not the only one who, clearly not the only one who has gone through cancer or cancer scares. You know, like I told you guys, my sister died of breast cancer, and my mom's a 35-plus-year survivor. Her sister, you know, had a double mastectomy like 10 years ago. So, you know, there's survival. I think, you know, my fear is just, I know that I can get through whatever it is. I know that I can get through it, and I know that I will get through it. And, you know, what's ever meant to be will be. No, I don't want to die. You know, I went through chemotherapy with my last cancer. That type of cancer, I was able to choose which chemotherapy that I was getting. And, but God forbid, if it's breast cancer, I only have one option, and that option is to get the port put in, where you just begin within days to immediately lose your hair. I don't want to start going there and talking about that, but I mean, those are the things that are to come if, in fact, you know, it were to be cancer. So, you know, it's a whole thing in itself, and it's a very emotional, isolating feeling. You know, I do have some support, and, you know, I've God on my side, as always. I'm just going to do a really simple look, just because I just want to be presentable, but I also want to just play a little bit with makeup. And so if any of you are dealing with, you know, cancer, or maybe you're waiting on a diagnosis, maybe you have a family member, relative, mother, brother, sister. You know, men can get breast cancer too. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but men can also get breast cancer too. And I think if a woman's high risk, you know, because of family history, I think that it would make that man high risk to a degree. Maybe not, you know, as serious as the woman, because we actually have more breast and more flesh and more cells. But that doesn't mean that men cannot get breast cancer, because they can. If you look it up, you'll be surprised at actually how many men, you know, have had breast cancer. So just kind of blending these colors together. So I'm going to just continue to report, because I decided to share this, because if this isn't a journey, I don't know what is. And this is from the beginning, and you know, it's going to be I went through this, but I survived again, because I am a survivor, and I'm going to consider myself a previvor with this particular situation. And the only thing that I could really strongly stress to you guys is do your checkups. Like, get your checkups in. If you feel your own breast and you can't tell, you know, because sometimes I have fibrocystic tissue breast where it could feel like there's something there, but it's just my breast it's the fibrocystic tissue, so where it's kind of lumpy, and so it's kind of hard to tell. But you know, you have to be your own advocate. I've always been my own advocate, and like I said before, you know, people have said, you know, oh, you're just a hypochondriac, you know, you're just so dramatic, and you know, yeah, when it comes to my health, I guess I am a drama queen, and I am pretty dramatic, because had I not been dramatic, and I wouldn't have found my cancer before. So because I stay on top of my health and I know my risks, it's nothing to play around with. You know, if you're at high risk, or even if you're not at high risk, like, you really need to stay on top of your health. You know, do your research. Talk to, I mean, other people. Everybody, I think, in some family has somebody that's dealing with cancer, or had cancer, or are currently undergoing treatments. You know, I don't cry because I don't have faith. I just cry because I'm a little bit scared, you know. My youngest daughter is 23, and she hasn't had kids yet, and I want to be here. I want to be here to see her have kids, have babies, and spend time with them. And all my other grandkids, you know, the ones that I do get to see. I have 8 grandkids, but I don't get to see them all. I really only get to see 5 of them. I don't see them, you know, that often, but for the most part, out of the 8, I see 5. And one of my granddaughters that I don't get to see, she loves me so much. She loves me so much. Whenever I see her, like, it doesn't matter what she's doing or who she's playing with, she will stop what she's doing, drop what she's doing, and she will run and just wrap her arms around me, and just, you know, just knowing, like, she genuinely loves me. Like, that little girl genuinely loves me. And sometimes people know, you know, sometimes people hurt you with what they know would really hurt you. And, you know, I would give anything to be able to see her on a regular basis, but, you know, that's a situation that I have no control over. And it just is what it is. And so, you know, I don't want people to feel like they have to now come around me, or they have to interact with me, because nobody has to, you know. And I want genuine interaction. I don't want, you know, people to say, oh, you know, she might have cancer, so, you know, I'm going to just start talking to her again. You know, I just have to focus on me, and I just have to focus on my healing and my whatever it is that I'm about to endure. Just gonna go on with my finger and use one of these shimmery shadows. So let me know what you guys think and what you guys maybe have gone through, and you know people who are going through it, and it's not something that I want, I don't want to bring anybody down, but coming from somebody who has really been to hell and back, I can literally say I've been to hell and back a few times. I'm a little bit scared, and if you know what I'm dealing with as far as, yeah, I have hope. We hope for the best, we pray for the best, but there's possibilities, obviously. So I am just trying really hard to stay positive, and I want to be able to share my journey with you guys and let you see the real stuff, as it comes. And I was praying that everything would have came back clear, and it didn't, and that's okay, because it's all again part of the plan. So we'll go from my biopsy tomorrow to what the recommendations are as far as the next step goes. So I'm just trying to stay, I'm going to try to stay busy, I'm going to try to stay occupied, and I say that, I keep saying that I'm going to stay occupied and think positive, but easier said than done. But I definitely want you guys to know that no matter what happens in life, whether you're a believer, if you're a believer, then you know that, thank God we have God, because I would hate to go through this not knowing God. It's scary enough, having a relationship with God and dealing with it. And again, I'm just, hoping and praying that they're just the bad atypical cells, and they just need to come out. So that is the worst case scenario. And I just hope that you guys can share my channel, share my videos, especially now, because if anybody's going through any of this right now, or they're waiting on a diagnosis, or they did get a diagnosis, I went through cancer, I went through chemo, I had 2 surgeries, I had a ton of radiation, so I do know what to expect to a degree, depending on the type of cancer that you have. And I can be a support system. We can support each other. But this is definitely just a journey that I want to share, because I wasn't able to share my journey last time, and I'm just going to use my YouTube channel as a platform to speak to men and women and let them know that you can get through it, and it's okay to be scared. I don't think it would be normal if you weren't a little bit scared. And the good thing about it is, I've stayed on top of my health, and so hopefully they caught it, you know, in time to take care of it. And so I'm just gonna finish off my mascara and my lashes and stuff, guys, and then I'll come back and talk a couple more minutes. But I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my face. I really don't have much to do other than my eyes and my lips, and I will see you guys in a second. So I'm back with lashes. I did mascara, a couple coats of mascara, and put on some lashes, and I used my Milani lip. I love this liquid lipstick because it lasts for hours. It literally lasts for hours. It feels super light, and you can eat and everything and it won't come off. This is probably one of the longest wearing lip glosses, liquid lipsticks that I have. This metallic lip, what is the color? Of course I can't ever see anything because it's so tiny, but anyway, this is the Milani lip, matte lip. And yeah, so these lashes that I'm wearing, I got them at the Dollar Tree yesterday. I said, okay, I mean, they can't be like that bad. And they're the LA Colors Drama Lash, and I got them in Diva. And I mean, they're actually pretty decent. They have a super thin band, which I love, because then you can't even see that, you know, it's like the other ones are like kind of wide and you can see it. But these ones are super dramatic. They're not like, you know, overly done, but they look natural and they're just really pretty, and they were only $1. So I picked up 2 pair because I like them. I'm gonna go ahead and try to go get as many pairs as I can because they were only $1. And these I have to put in their little box, but I just kind of set those aside, try to reuse them and keep them clean. So yeah, I also picked up from the Dollar Tree yesterday. It's called Face Forward, and this is just a bronzer. They have highlighters, the highlighter sticks too, but it's just a bronzer stick. It's like not really dark. I did use it, so it's pretty subtle. Basically just gives you some, see, it's like super subtle. I did contour a little bit of my nose with it. I really like the stick. It was only $1, so like if you go to the Dollar Tree, pick up this Face Forward. They actually have quite a few new makeup products there. I might do a full face of Dollar Tree makeup, but I mean, the lashes right off the bat are really nice. I really like them. They don't feel heavy at all. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything at all. Yeah, so this is my final look for the day, and I just want to, you know, encourage you guys to stay positive and surround yourself with positive people. And you know, if you can't be around positive people, try to get out of the house, because sitting in the house, you know, you have entirely too much time to sit and cry, or you know, just sit and focus on the negatives. And when you're out and about, or you know, you kind of have to be on your best behavior, so to speak. And it's not like you could just walk around crying. I mean, you could, but you know, people would look at you pretty weird. And so I don't really want to cry. Like I just want to find out the results. I don't want to jump the gun. The 99.9% chance that I am going to have my breast completely removed regardless. That's the one that's kind of has me a little bit, that's a little bit scary. But you know, the risk that it could be cancer, I think, is the biggest thing that scares me the most. Because like I said, I've survived multiple things, multiple tragedies, and you know, I can get through this too. And but I just want you guys to feel, you know, encouraged, and I want you to feel supported, and that this is a safe place for you to come and talk and cry and vent, and maybe give me some advice on, you know, things to look for, things to think about. You know, I'm very knowledgeable as far as coping skills and coping mechanisms, whether it be for depression, anxiety, you know, any mental illness, post-traumatic stress disorder, anything that you're dealing with in your life, anything that's bringing you down, anything that's causing you heartache. People, you know, really pick and choose your battles, you guys. Like, I can't stress this enough. When my sister was dying, she told me, you know, we had our heart-to-heart talks, because those talks come when people know that they're dying. And we had a heart-to-heart talk, and one of the things that she did tell me was she apologized to me, first of all, for some things that had happened over the years that I never thought that she even knew that they were going on, or I didn't even know that she was aware that it bothered me. So I did get some apologies for some things that really hurt me, but it made such a big difference when she apologized to me. But she did tell me that, you know, don't wait until you get cancer. Don't wait till you have a life-threatening illness to be happy, and, you know, to not let people get you down and bring you down. And, you know, misery loves company. And, you know, sometimes people are mean to us because, you know, something about us threatens them. Maybe our success or our positive outlook, you know, about getting through anything, you know, anything negative or anything tragic. You know, sometimes people don't have that within themselves, so they don't like that about you. Whatever the reason is that people are mistreating you, or not being there for you, or attacking you, or whatever it is that they're doing, you know, don't look at it as it's you and it's something you did. And what about you attracts all these negative people, or, you know, this negative attention, or, you know, it doesn't have to be you. There doesn't have to be anything wrong with you. It's just simply life. And it's, you know, certain people are placed in our lives for a reason. And I mean, I know this better than anybody. You know, there are lessons that to be learned from that person, or, you know, they're supposed to help you get from point A to point B, and then they, you know, their chapter in that book ends, or it continues on, or, you know, we come in and out of each other's lives for a reason. And I think that this initial platform for me doing makeup is obviously something that God gave me, and that I appreciate and I love, and I'm going to continue to enjoy it. But, you know, right now it's being used as a platform to bring awareness to breast cancer, colon cancer, melanoma. Like, spray sunscreen, like bathe in sunscreen, and spray your kids with sunscreen. I can't stress that enough. Melanoma is really rising in its rates of people dying from it. And you know, breast cancer, there's no age that it's too soon to get checked. I mean, a lot of doctors and insurances won't check you unless you are at high risk, have a strong family history of it. But be your own advocate, push, ask questions, insist. And if you don't like what you're hearing, or you doubt what they're saying, ask somebody else. Get second opinions, third opinions if you can. And just really, really, really take your health serious. Like, this is no joke. You know, tomorrow isn't promised to any of us. And, you know, love each other, care for people, do as much as you can for people, you know, go above and beyond. You know, obviously don't put your own health at risk, but, you know, we need each other. And we, you know, we need to be a little bit more mindful when we're saying certain things to people, because some things can't be taken back, and you never know when that person might not be here again or anymore. And so, you know, guys, I'm going to just end this video with this. Is obviously going to be another continued video, and I'm just going to call this just my journey. And right now it's my reaction and my results for my MRI, and I have my biopsy tomorrow, so keep me in your thoughts and prayers. And yeah, so They said they may have the results by Friday, but there's a chance that they may not get back to me until Monday. So, you know, I'm not going to stress out all weekend. I'm going to just try to have a good weekend, and I'm going to try to think positive. And I would really, really, really appreciate if you guys, you know, would comment and, you know, give me some ideas or some suggestions or some advice, or just let me know that you simply need to talk about, you know, something you're going through, or somebody that maybe you have lost recently or you're about to lose. Cancer is no joke. Babies are born with cancer. There's no age, there's no type of cancer that a doctor can tell you, well, you're too young for that. Like, don't ever let a doctor tell you you're too young for anything when it comes to your health. Okay? When you know there's something wrong with your body, and I've known that there was something wrong. I knew it. I had a gut feeling. You know, I've been really, really, really fatigued, but like I said, I was relating that to just going back and forth, running back and forth with the death in the family and, you know, all that stuff. So I kind of related my tiredness and my symptoms or whatever, and it could still be all that. It doesn't have to be that's what's going on in my breast, but be mindful. And if you feel that there's something wrong, then there may be something wrong, and don't ignore it. Because if you ignore something that your body's telling you and you're just too busy because you can't deal with it, or you have work, or you're in a relationship and you have a date to go on and you can't for whatever reasons, stay on top of your health, eat good, exercise, feed your spirit, feed your soul, meditate, go outside, touch the ground, walk on the grass, feel the sun, you know, just take it all in and just live your best life. And I said that I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life, and I mean that more now than I ever did. So this is obviously, like I said, going to be in segments, and but it's a journey that I'm going to take you guys on, and it's a roller coaster, so strap in. And this is what today is. This is my reaction to the results, and the fact that, you know, they saw something in both breasts kind of just threw me for a loop. But you know, we're gonna get through this, and I'm gonna just wait for the did I just say autopsy? Oh my god. God forbid. Like, I don't even know why I said that. I'm going to wait for the biopsy results. Autopsy, biopsy, it sounds the same. I know. I don't know why I said it. And please, God, don't let it be anything. But yeah, I'm a little basket case right now. So just send me some love and vibes, guys. Like, please share my channel. Subscribe if you have not already. Give this video a like. And stay tuned for part 2 of this journey. So I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye, guys.